Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to TRACKILICIOUS. We are here for another round of the Rookie Championship. Hope everybody is doing well. I'm Ghoukasian, and we have the one and only Tyler Morgan in the booth with us. Tyler, how are you doing today, sir?
Not doing too bad. I look forward to seeing what the rookies have for us, considering neither of us could have made it last week for whatever track that was last week. I don't even know. So all that matters is we're here this week. We won't be here next week, but we'll get into that story later. But
yes.
I look forward to seeing what the rookies have for us in my not favorite British track. I mean, I hate all British tracks in ACC, so I'm gonna be indifferent to this.
Tyler, hate is a strong word. Displeased, maybe you're just not quite there yet, because the British tracks do offer quite a bit of fun once you get used to them, but they are also very challenging. Kata, welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're ready for some Silverstone excitement here today as we're about to hop in. Doc Milby, the legend. Let's go racing indeed. Hope you're doing well, Doc. Papa Milby, hope all is well with you. Well, Tyler, qualifying looks like has just completed. A couple more cars to round the final sector here, and then we are ready to go on to the grid and see what the grid looks like today. We have a couple of pit start penalties. We got a couple of quali bans for the folks misbehaving last week. And we have a couple of brand new people here on track. Some new names, some new people, and some things I'll actually be able to talk about in a little bit more detail because I met them in person. So that's super exciting. Super exciting to be, going from sim to track and from track to sim, which is such a fun combination. So why don't we go on to our scene here and look and see what is going on in ACC. Here we have it, the grid looking absolutely fantastic, folks, and getting ready to go on. There is my funky grid walk working. It is indeed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 17 cars on track today, and I believe the championship contender and IRL TRACKILICIOUS track driver Sam Warden is on pole position. A fantastic job, Sam, having to do a bunch of things in recent days to try and compete for that top spot, but Sam Warden does manage to get it today. Dom Matroni here in P2, the Brazilian driver in the McLaren, followed by Jared Warren in the Mercedes. Looks like that's a Speed Racer livery, or an homage to the Speed Racer, I believe. In P4, we got the manager, Doc Porkchop, in the Chop Shop Racing. Shane Sullivan in P5 in the 617 Racing BMW, followed by Sir Koj in the Chill Bible Racing AMG. The lovely, voluptuous AMG there in pink. Very fashionable, very fantastic. Omar Perez, the Mexican driver, in a P7 in another lovely looking Mercedes there. Rally Dutchy in the Ginetta in P8, followed by Wade Georgeson in P9. And rounding off the top 10, we have Stephen Rawlings in the PGR McLaren. Tyler, to you.
And in P11, we have Eric's favorite car, the Mercedes. There's 5 of them on the grid. Spectre is the last Mercedes on the grid. B is currently P11, number 24. And then you have the wonderful Porsche, the 778 in P12 of Mr. Eden Craig. I think he might be one of our new additions. And in a KTM, it's not who it usually is. This is Tenno Konoko in another KTM, which again just looks like a bubble just driving on track. He's number 9. And then you have Emmerich Wormstrand. Let me know in the chat if I get that wrong, because I think someone's cheering for him. He is in the number 82 BMW, sitting P14. Then you have our keyboard warrior, the man, the myth, the legend, Hezzy Thomas sitting in P15 in that dog box racing. And then in P16, you have Henry Boswell in the number 22 BMW. And then you have Vindel, Land Vindel, in that number 26 tiny little Alpine. Close enough, I would hope so, but if I get it wrong, let me know. I'm bound to get names like this wrong, and we'll see what we have for a grid. There's 5 Mercs on the grid, so Eric's very happy to see that.
Very, very happy indeed. Mercedes, huge fans of the Mercedes. The 3-point star represented firmly here at Silverstone. Emmerich Wormstrand. Is that good? Emmerich Wormstrand. I downloaded the liveries, but a half hour ago, so if you had them installed correctly, we had them downloaded correctly, because I know Sir Koj definitely requested a livery update, and we definitely did do that. So if you focus on driving your car right now, we can definitely focus on making sure that you get that sorted after the races today. Emmerich Wormstrand. Arcade Smoke, welcome back. Hope you're doing well. Good to see that the chat is already busy here to support a variety of drivers. Well, 17 cars is a pretty healthy rookie grid. We got one person in the pits here getting the punishment. Hezekiah Thomas, who's probably still the reason why he's able to focus in chat is because of his badness from the previous race, earning himself a penalty on this one. But hopefully, Hezzy, you managed to get out there and have a clean first lap in both races and get yourself onto a better position on the grid in the next race here. That being said, Sam Warden going to be looking to walk away from competitor Dom Matroni, and we've seen some great racing between these guys, Tyler.
Definitely so, definitely. They've been definitely having a little bit of a rivalry going on. I honestly, because we didn't stream last week, it's not that I've forgotten most rookies, it's that I forgot who, like, was always trying to fight them. I can't remember. It was Warden Matroni and somebody else. I'm gonna quickly go, like, scroll through the rookies list, because I know for a fact it was somebody that, someone we know very well. It wasn't Sam Warden. It was Ryan Eason. Eason's not here.
You're totally right. You are totally right. Yeah. Oh, has he blaming the internet for his mistakes? Ah, that's a good one, Hezzy. That's a good one. Might be true. Might be true, but I don't know.
Or he could be lying. We don't know.
I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical.
Genuinely, though, he's trying to flee. Don't worry,
Sure.
we'll bring you into the court of Trackalicious.
Yeah. Send me the weather reports from last week. I demand proof.
Proof of your innocence is demanded. You are guilty until proven innocent. That's how it works here.
Yes. And here we are rounding off the final couple of corners here through Luffield and Woodcut as we go through the start finish straight. Not the Formula One start finish straight, but the GT Racing start finish straight here. Sam Warden positioning himself, trying to get as best an advantage as possible. You know, Silverstone does provide some good passing opportunities, but Sam Warden doesn't even want to have to think about that. He wants to get it right off the jump. He's had some issues off the starts before, maybe not taking advantage of the amount of room you get in the box sometimes, but it looks like he is positioned ahead as we're waiting for that green light on the lights here. 20 minutes of racing in the first race and another 20 minutes to go, and we are green. Looks like everybody gets a pretty decent start. Sam Warden does manage to get ahead with Matroni right behind. Sam Warden flying off, already a car length between him and the rest of the field, and looks like everybody managed to get through the first corner at least in a fantastic way. We may have some yellows, but not quite. The timing charge just messing around. Oh my goodness, what is going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why, oh, they've made contact again. That is why you are very careful lap one. You'll have incidences like this that do occur, and it is smart to lift. That is why you lift when there is a yellow. That's why you don't slam full speed into the situation, because you don't know what is on the other side. Henry Boswell has gained a few number of places. He's all the way up into, I believe, P9, because of the incidences that has happened ahead of him. He's now currently chasing Mr. Spectre, who finds himself in P8. Wormstrand, so far, despite not having a very good P in qualifying one, is currently now finding themselves 7th place, 3 seconds behind Perez. So a very good start to his TRACKILICIOUS stream debut.
Sullivan, P5, still maintaining the original position, I believe. Omar Perez has known to be pretty quick in the past. Omar charging away at Shane Sullivan, but Shane Sullivan has managed to find some speed. I think he used to be in like the P10s previous season, but has been getting better and better every single race. Tenno Kanoko here, a brand new driver to TRACKILICIOUS, has met him at the racetrack, actually, a motorcycle racer or motorcycle track day goer, and oh my goodness, that pink car of Sir Kojay looking very aggressive, for lack of a better word.
I wouldn't think that's on Kojay, to be honest. I think Kanoko I guess his spawner didn't tell him that a car was there, because he kind of drifted and they almost made contact, but thankfully no contact is found. However, you have Rollins on the inside just before the final corner that gives them what would be the, I guess, the checker flag if we were anywhere close to it. If that had been on the last lap, that would have been incredible, but nevertheless, it's a good move. Kanoko seemingly slowing down a little bit to take that first corner. He can run out a little bit more wide, but with it being his debut, he's going to try and take it a little bit easy, not to get too crazy out there, but he seemingly looks like he's struggling a little bit with that KTM. It is a bit of a difficult car to get a handle on, and Vindel now in that tiny little Alpine is going to have Boswell for company. That Alpine is a actual tractor in the straights, more of a tractor than Lance Stroll is.
Oh, yikes. Vindel chasing down Henry Boswell. Boswell, another IRL track guy. This is so cool. We have so many real life track people on our sim racing grid, and hoping to see more sim racers come out to the track as well. We do have a track day coming up on 18th at Waterford Hills here in Michigan, and then 19th at Grattan in Michigan, and 20th at Grattan in Michigan. So loving to see the crossover already and hoping to see more and more. Looks like Georgeson taking over Tenno, and that is a position gain. The objective for Tenno, as we gave him a little bit of engineer's brief, is Tenno, your objective is just to survive. You survive and allow the rest to kill themselves, and you've already done a good job. It looks like he's doing a good job so far.
Yep, definitely doing a fantastic job keeping everything all in the nice little order. No rights, no wrongs. I wonder what's happening to my mouse here. So in the meantime, technical difficulty seems to be calling me out because I cannot access the screens now, or my screens now. So
well,
in the meantime, I'll have to throw it to Eric because my screens are not working, and it's a me issue. It's not a you issue. So
while you figure that out,
to you while I figure this out.
Yeah, while you figure that out, Emmerich Wormstrand, the Norwegian driver, chasing down Omar Perez in the Mercedes. The battle of the Germans, the Mercedes and the BMW. Two Mercedes up. Actually, it's quite a dominant German field up top, minus the two native Brits here at Silverstone being ahead of the rest of the field. Got a Mercedes in third, BMW in fourth, Mercedes fifth and sixth, BMW in seventh, Mercedes in eighth, BMW in ninth. A gaggle of Germans here, and looks like we're trying to see if there's a move for Wormstrand. Now Americanized. Salut, Rubik, ça va? Bienvenue, our French friend Rubik here in chat. Welcome with the baguette wee wee. We are here in our rookie series and looking at our Norwegian friend trying to take over our Mexican friend of Omar Perez in the Mercedes up ahead. He's looking quite racy, doing a really good job of applying the pressure on to the likes of Omar Perez up ahead. I'd like to, in these situations, jump into the cockpit and really give you a feel of the pressure. Oh, Perez making a mistake. Emmerich looking on the inside, not quite having it there, but pushing Omar wide, now tucking in. But both Mercedes and BMW having a really good top speed. Emmerich looking on the inside again, manages to send it. What a move. Is Perez gonna tuck in behind? Over, under. Perez still looking very attacking, pressuring Emmerich into a mistake, doesn't quite have it, and Wormstrand positions for a P7. Fantastic work, great job here. We are doing very well, Rubik. Merci. Hello, Mr. Mupples, them Mupples, Mupples, and yeah. Fantastic job by the drivers in here. Looks like Rally Dutchy also shaping up for something in the Janetta, the only right-hand drive car on the field here, and looks like Boswell makes that mistake. Dutchy, an easy move up into P10 for Dutchy. Fantastic work, excellent, good patience, and manages to get himself into, oh, but a big slide, potentially Boswell coming back for a move, for a position. Boswell getting great speed out of the corner onto excuse me, the hanger straight. Boswell side by side now as they're shaping themselves into Stowe, and with Serkoje right behind, Dutchy on the inside, Boswell sending it on the outside, on through Stowe, and may have received a bit of a track cut for going over there, but the battle between these three is unbelievable. Look at Dutchy shaping up again for another threat. Boswell going a bit deep, but it looks like shaping up even better as they go through Club and onto the F1 straight here.
Definitely got to be careful with that inside move. That is a sweeping corner, so going up the inside might not be the best idea. You got to really pick your moves here. It is a little bit of a sprint, but you got to pick your moves well. Rally Dutchy, let's see, is he going to go up the inside of Boswell here? Yes, he is. An inside move. Is going to go side by side. Boswell will overtake will take back the position, but Boswell will not let that go lightly. Actually, yes, he will. He's gone wide. That has allowed Serkoje to get ahead of him now as well. Boswell with a little bit of an error coming out of the Lewis Hamilton straight into that kind of little corner bit area, results in him losing a few positions. And now he's going to have to work a little bit harder now to get past Serkoje, to get maybe back at Rally Dutchy. Boswell looking for any type of move, but that Mercedes, or should I say Eric's Mercedes, is just defending so well.
What you mean to say is the voluptuous beauty and the curves of the lovely AMG GT4 is looking fantastic. More Wormstrand fans in chat, welcome. We are looking at more battles up here, a bit of a Mercedes sandwich. And Emmerich looking to make yet another move on another Mercedes. Now looking on the inside again on the hanger straight as they shape up into Stowe. Looks like Emmerich on the inside looking pretty good here. Emmerich trying to carry as much speed as possible. Porkchop going wide, and that extra distance results in losing that position. Wormstrand up into P6 now, actually P5. And Omar Perez trying to take an advantage all while the front two are battling. But that is definitely a position P5 for Wormstrand as continues to work ahead. Wormstrand may have had a bad qualifying, not quite sure, because the pace, the race pace looks quite strong. And now having to chase down Shane Sullivan, who is 6 seconds ahead. 9 minutes and 35 seconds to catch up to Sullivan up ahead.
I mean, with 9 minutes 30, it's a bit of a work, but I think he can do it. Like I said, it'll be a little bit of a try, 5.5 with 9:23, but it can be done. However, Porkchop might need to be on the fence with Perez coming up a little bit behind, but you actually saw Perez actually kind of have to make a avoiding action to avoid contact, and thankfully he didn't lose the car. He was able to keep it going and kind of made it look like a round the outside move on Dr. Porkchop, but he wouldn't have been able to overtake because he went off track.
Metal.
I guess what we're gonna see is if Perez can maybe get Dr. Porkchop to force an error, like make him shake enough. However, Dom Matroni and Sam Warren, I'm positive, have a rope tied together between each other, and they're just going back and forth.
Yeah, it's quite the elastic rope for what Sam tries to build in gap. Matroni tries to close it down, and they're springing back and forth. Half a second, 0.3 of a second, couple of tenths more, couple of tenths less, and Matroni right on Sam Warden's tail, just sucking up all that aero and trying to gain the advantage on the straight. The McLaren's known to be quite powerful on the straight, and here the native British cars on the British track looking absolutely OP, as they say in gaming.
I cannot believe you just said that. Like, literally, just that's so cringe. But Dom Matroni's running out of time to catch Sam Morton. These two have been fighting each other day in, day out here in the rookies. So we probably won't see them in the rookies much longer, considering they're already almost 8 seconds ahead of P3. So I have a feeling we'll see them more either in the multi-class Wednesdays going forward more than we'll see them in the rookies. But it's just going to be how can Matroni even possibly fake a move onto Warden and maybe force Warden to make a mistake. But Warden, I don't think, is going to be bold enough to fall for Matroni's tricks.
We're experiencing the age gap difference between the commentators here. Tyler, much younger and more energetic commentator, making fun of my my age and my understanding of your youth's what are the words, the acronyms that you use these days. Callie, thank you so much. Resub 17 months and subscribe for 18 months. My goodness, that is practically a whole year. Fantastic. Neil, welcome in chat. Hope you're doing well. Odds of Warden and Matroni coming together, I would say slim. They do a fantastic job. Sans has been doing a fantastic job of keeping his attackers at bay. Experience coming at hand. All of the experience he's had at the TRACKILICIOUS track days here in Michigan has done him well, and his sim racing has gotten better and better through the seasons. But Matroni is no slouch, is not gonna let him just have a break there. It's for sure gonna attack as much as possible, and try to see if there's a position to be gained.
Matroni and Warden have come together, at least in the first few races of the season. They came together at I think Brands. They came together at Brands Hatch. They've come together before. So I would agree there. It is slim, but the chances aren't zero. But I think these guys have raced each other for so long now. They kind of know everyone's they know each other's ways. They know what they're gonna do. There's a chance, Matroni will step inside here. Warden knows that. Matroni knows which way Warden likes to defend. They've raced each other for so long that they know each other so well. So it'll be really interesting, kind of like if Matroni can figure out a way to get past them. I would say he might here, but he's got to get some overspeed. He's got to just like hold the grid on the next mistake. And so far, Warden hasn't.
Yeah, And while we're here, why don't we take a lap around Silverstone on board with Dom Matroni, going through the first corner of Cups, trying to carry as much speed as possible, making a bit of an error, having to lift and not get a track cut there on the outside of Cups. Now coming through the absolutely legendary corners of Maggots and Beckett's. Left, right, left, and then another right through Beckett's here, and finally across Chapel Curve here, as looks like Warden has gotten a better of those complex of corners onto the hanger straight and has managed to build himself a bit of a gap. Now going on to the Stowe corner again, something you have to be really careful not to get that track cut on the outside. Ooh, Matroni getting a bit eager, not typical of him, and losing the exit and the time through Vale here. Now going into Club Corner, the slowest corner here. I believe it's so much, or maybe it could be the Loop actually. It's either between the Club or the Loop, but going through the Hamilton Straight, formerly the F1 Straight, and where the F1 start finish is currently into Abbey. High speed right-hander carrying as much speed through low downforce on the GT4s can be a challenge, and now through Farm Curve and the Village, slowing down right-hander and slowing down even more through the Loop. Double left on the Loop, throttle through Aintree here as fast as possible, carrying the speed onto the Wellington Straight. Long straight here. Matroni unfortunately outside the 1 second gap that he needs to get the advantage of the draft through Brooklands here really fast, and slowing and balance challenging left-hander through Luffield, long 270-degree right-hander, and then finally the kink at Woodkid back on to the start-finish straight here at Silverstone. And we got El Taco Man in chat. Welcome. And a bit of adjustment here on our volumes. Thank you so much there. Adjust that for you. Hopefully that little adjustment helps things out. Some fans in chat giving some energy to Matroni to try and get things right. Oh, bit of traffic coming into play, and Matroni gets caught off. And unfortunately, 2 minutes is not a lot of time to make up for a little mistake like that.
Yeah, that's a little unfortunate for Matroni there. Kinda got a little bit caught out by Kanoko. Looks like Kanoko was going to be fine on that right side, and then he had to come over to take the first maggot away. And I don't know if that scared Matroni or if it just caused Matroni to just look away from the apex of the corner there. But it did definitely upset him enough to miss the apex. So he'll probably be on the horn for his race engineer, but this is rookies, so everyone's bound to make an error of some kind. But Matroni had made an error way before that situation involved, so kind of made a self-error, which is odd for Matroni because he usually doesn't make those. So we're gonna ride on board now with Sir Koj, see if he can get past the Alpine. The Mercedes will definitely be faster than the Alpine in the straight. However, in the corners, that Alpine's small, nimble frame will definitely not compare to the fat, voluptuous frame of the from the Mercedes. So, in the small nooks and crannies, you give the advantage to the Alpine, but in the wide, vast open spaces, you give it the advantage to the Mercedes. So, in the straight, Koj will get close to Vindel, but Vindel can get away better in the corners. So, volume is my volume's still a little bit low. That's
no,
crazy.
don't. I think I did adjust a little bit, so it might be. I'm looking at the levels here, so maybe Drive 250 can clarify on who we're talking about, because we did make a slight adjustment just a moment ago. So hopefully that fixes things.
Possibly. So hopefully that does fix it, and that is that we're on the final lap now. So Koj will have one more lap. So he'll get to finish this and then have one more lap to get Vindel. But so far it does not look like it right now.
Okay. Well, we did another slight adjustment on Morgan's audio here. Hopefully that helps fix things. And in the meantime, gave a little shout out to Rubik for those of you looking for a variety of racing streamers. That is a perfect place to go. And once my timed out runs out, I can give another shout out to El Taco Man, our friend in the iRacing lands. El Taco, aka Andy Sharp, in our GT3 P2 mixed class championship, does a fantastic job and has had some incredible drives over the last couple of weeks. And looking for some improvement on the quali side, so he doesn't have to work so hard during the races, right, Andy? But no, fantastic drives, provided some incredible entertainment. Speaking of entertainment, looks like Boswell looking at Wade Georgeson here for P12, charging at the Camaro. Big four-wheel slide there for Boswell, looking for all the speed he can get as they get onto the straight here.
A little bit of an advantage I would give it to the Camaro over the BMW. The Camaro definitely will have the straight line speed over the BMW. The BMW might have a chance in the corners, but it's not too much as we watch Craig go a little bit deep there, at least it looks like from the onboard. He definitely goes wide off of that exit there. Boswell, knowing that P12 is just a sniff away, almost loses control. Struggling almost with that BMW. I wonder if he's got maybe some damage. Wonder if he's got some damage and he's trying to just hold on to P13, even though Craig behind him does have a drive-through penalty. So, and with it being the last lap, he will be unable to serve that. So he might get a, oh, that's Sam Warden finishing. I was about to say, I'm like, oh, why is he stopped?
Yeah, no.
That is Sam Warden when it finishing the race.
Yeah, I wanted to say that we did miss the fantastic drive by Sam Warden crossing the line there. P1 for Warden, P2 for Matroni, P3 for Warrens, 4 for Sullivan, Wormstrand coming in 5, Perez 6, Porkchop 7. Spectre 8, Dutchy 9, Koj 10, Vindel 11. Looks like Georgeson coming in 12th, and unfortunately, well, Boswell in 13th, not finding that position just yet. It's not over, though. There's always room for error, but looks like he is going to make it all the way through and does manage to keep P13. However, like you said, Aiden Craig here having issues with track limits, I would presume, and will have to serve that penalty after the fact. Hezzy Thomas, P not last, pretty good for the keyboard warrior. Rollins here just behind. Actually, Hezzy up into P15 as the timing charts will update here. And that is P15 for Hezzy Thomas. Steven Rollins, P17, and Kanoko finishing off the grid. And a shout out to El Taco Man if y'all are looking for some good variety racing here in all sorts of stuff. Mostly iRacing, jumps into LMU sometimes, does some enduro events, but really, really fun to watch. Great personality. And good friend to Trackalicious.
I actually recently picked up iRacing.
Picked up what, sorry?
I picked up iRacing recently, actually.
Oh, look at you.
Everybody in DRL was like, oh, you should pick up iRacing. Its summer sale is on, and all that stuff like that. And well, not that I had been looking for a new sim. I just kind of I have possibly won the AM division in my in DRL, so I'm still waiting on the results of all roads lead to iRacing. I was trying to avoid it, but then ever since my birthday's come around, everyone's like, you should get iRacing, so I eventually caved in and went, okay, I'll get it, fine. It's definitely an adjustment period, but it's okay. I've found my first race went well. I got P4 and I was like, oh boy, this is fun. And then my last few races have just not gone very well because I'm in rookies and, well, it's like I'm racing with rookies again.
Pork Chop trying to resist the transition to iRacing.
Pork Chop, come join. One of us. One of us.
Tenno Kanoko here on the track, getting so much experience from race 1, looking for opportunities to improve for race 2. Jared Warren, really quiet race for Jared. Yeah, you know what, Brian, aka Norin stuff, I wish I could. I'm too broke for it as well, but I've been subbed to iRacing for what, 3 years now. I'm probably driven it 10 times. It is tough. Very tough.
I mean, in my case, like, I don't know how long I'm subbed to it. Either I'm subbed for 3 months or I'm subbed for a year. I don't know how long. I can't remember. In my case, it's just kind of was just like, again, I wasn't looking for something different. I just wanted to see what other sims were like, and like the summer sale was like kind of an opportunity. And so I'll give it a shot. I've always been enjoyment of iRacing when it comes to the endurance side of things. I'm not like all too keen on ovals and stuff like that. Like, I'm keen more on the endurance side of things because I've been wanting to do a lot more endurance stuff. And sadly, ACC isn't like the best for it. So iRacing is kind of like one of the more mecha ways to get into it, but that's not here or there. We are in ACC, we're not in iRacing. So Jared Warren's going to start his qualifying lap, and we'll see how that goes. Again, personally, don't like Silverstone. It's one of my statistically worst tracks. And that's just definitely a skill issue on my end. It's not like, that's an invalidation.
A little bit.
That may be an invalidation. Just a tiny little bit. Maybe inches. But again, it's just not my cup of tea, quite literally, in Silverstone. Everyone else seems to enjoy it, but like, again, I think all the British GT tracks, again, aren't my favorite. Give me Red Bull Ring. I'd honestly would rather Coda. I would rather Coda than any British GT track, and I hate Coda.
Wow. That is.
A lot of people don't like Coda. Like, a lot of people don't like Coda, and I would rather race Coda than British GT track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Mr. Lemupples, the Mubbles, you should try LMU. Stick to LMU. Yeah, you could say speed, but it's less fun. El Taco Man confirming that your issues are purely skill.
How can you hate Coda? It's literally just I call what did I call it? Because Suzuka has the S's, Silverstone has maggots and brackets. Oh yes, I call Coda's burgers and fries. The burger and fries section of Coda is the only part I don't enjoy. Every other part of it is fine, but as soon as you get to the American S's of burgers and fries, your track limit warnings are like through the goddamn roof.
Burgers and fries. I assume you're talking about the S's.
Yes, that's what I said. America, because you have Suzuka just as the S's, then you have tier with maggots and Beckett's. So burgers and fries seems like the completely valid option to name that.
You know what? I support that.
So you hate the whole thing for just 2% of the track. Yes. Like, I'm trying to think of an analogy that comes up. Like, I hate Toronto traffic. 2% of Toronto traffic is traffic, or bad drivers. But that just forces me to hate Toronto traffic as a whole. So, you say fair, so there's no need for me to argue that point. As currently, we only have 3 drivers that have set a qualifying time and almost halfway through. So, you gotta step it up here.
I love Andy's logic. So just because your water has 2% mercury, you just hate water.
I mean, if you're drinking mercury water, there are problems far bigger than just the water.
Yeah, but if you hate it because it only has 2%, then how can you hate the rest of water?
I mean, the logic is logic. So yes. Oh my. What did I just read? Am I losing brain cells a week before my birthday? Like, come on. Like, I need to at least keep these. Tomorrow is Canada Day. Once Canada Day comes, then I can lose all my brain cells.
Oh, Canada.
I hate Idaho Falls where I live because they are taking down the water tower. I hate my city because 2% of it, that was nice. The new one looks like a damn flash. Did you find the on switch for your water tower flashlight?
Ooh,
is there an on switch that you can press to just make it become a flashlight?
Hey, how about that? They're racing. Look at Kojay going up there in P2. Fantastic job. That livery serving Kojay real well. Fujian, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Subscriber at that. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it.
Maybe you should help them build it, Drive. Maybe you should help them build it. Give your input.
What's that quote? Who said it? If you build it, they will come.
I don't know, and I don't want to speculate as to who might have said that.
Help us out. Who said that? If you build it, they will come.
Oh, by the way, I did request a fun fact, and I've not been given a fun fact yet.
I have it ready. I have your fun fact ready, and you could tell me if you knew this one.
Let's go.
Did you know that the first ever F1 race was held at Silverstone?
I thought it was held at Monaco.
That's a negative, Ghost Rider. So we can expand.
Monaco.
First ever F1 race was held at Silverstone, but did you know that outside the UK it was officially titled the Grand Prix d'Europe? The average age of the drivers was 39 years old. Hey,
oh my God,
Tyler, I'm still good. I can still race. I'm ready. And the field included a Thai prince, a Swiss baron, and a London-born Belgian jazz singer named Johnny Claes, who qualified last and finished 11th. There you go. There's your fun fact, sir.
What? They hype Monaco as like the principality and stuff like they hype it up so much, but it's not even the first F1 race. That's crazy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be the...
Oh, there goes Ghoukasian. Holy crap, he's just gone.
Georgeson definitely finding the limits of his tires for sure, as Sam Warden trying to find some magic with 5 minutes left. Warden 4/10 off Matroni's pace. Not what he wants to see. He's going to find something. Actually, you know what? I want to actually check something out, because there was something on Sam's rear here. Too close for missiles, switching to guns.
Oh, that's
oh goodness, there we go.
I love it. I love it. Don't get me wrong, I love it. But like, too close. But what happens if you're too close for guns? Do you just ram him?
I don't think there's such a thing. I mean, too close for guns goes into knife, right?
Who is the other commentators Discord?
Oh, we're talking about DRL.
Yeah, we're talking about DRL. It's Degenerate Race League.
Yeah, I could try to find that for you guys. I don't know if they have an active link. Hopefully they do.
I would think we would have an active link.
Invite people. Copy.
Let's say just copy the link that you can invite someone with.
Let's see.
Oh, he wants my Discord. Oh, my personal Discord. Oh, okay.
That's Tyler Morgan in chat in our Discord. Some Hezzy fans, Diesel TTV, welcome.
If you're in the TRACKILICIOUS Discord drive, just post it. Post it in general. Like,
yeah,
just post it in that general chat. That way you don't have to find my Discord.
It's Tyler Morgan. It should be pretty easy to find, but if you post it in general, I'm sure he'll see it.
I'll definitely.
The flashlight water tower.
Yeah, I have a water tower in the town that I'm in. You don't find Tyler, he finds you. Kerbal, that's very ominous and very suspicious. You're not wrong, but it's very ominous and very suspicious. It's like I'm sitting outside of his house in the dark and I just go, I know what your Discord is. But yeah, no, that's
a flashlight.
It is a flashlight. I have that same type of water tower in my town. It's a lot wider at the top, but I do understand. Very, very sus, Kerbal. I know what wine you're drinking right now, so it's okay. Your old water tower looks like a carnival. It's like you go at the top, you kind of swirl around the top, and then you get flushed down the middle.
For those interested in finding out what we're talking about, the TRACKILICIOUS Discord is in the chat there. way to get people interested in the Discord. Some random picture that gets some random Discord that gets some random picture of a water tower that gets posted. That's going to be the main subject of our conversation. While Sam Warden, the winner of the previous race, still trying to find 4/10 to Dom Matroni's superb lap here at Silverstone.
Kerbal, I love you with all my heart, and I'm so thankful for what you're going to be doing next week. I know you're drinking wine. It's okay. If you're not drinking wine, are you really cursed? It's like when someone, like, for me, am I really me if I don't do the stuff that makes me me? Am I really myself? And you're right, honestly, it does have character. A lot of these water towers now are just kind of built to just be built, and they have no character. Like, I understand, I like your carnival old water tower, but like, there's probably a reason they're taking it down, whether it's structural abilities or stuff like that. And Eric, I think you were right with Wormstrand that he just had a bad qualifying, because he's now up to P4.
Hey, you better be careful. My favorite words said by other people are "you were right."
I'll note that into my notes for the future, and now never say it again, because I'm never gonna let you be right again as long as I know that information now.
That's all right.
I don't think Sam Warden's gonna make it to the line in time. No, he's not.
3 seconds remaining. Oh, no, my goodness. He's gonna be late.
So unless he's got a mega lap produced right now. Oh my God! He does! He has a mega lap. He's beaten Matroni by 5/10.
Spanked.
He was down 4.
Spanked.
Holy mother of Canada. Jeez.
Mother of Canada. Okay. I don't know what that equates to, but welcome our Umas 73. Hope you're doing well.
Just absolutely pulled out his wallet and put it on the table, pulled out his gold American Express card, and was like, I'll pay for this meal, thank you very much.
Drive 250. What does technically Canadian mean?
I squint aggressively. What do you mean technically?
73, welcome. Do you sim race? What do you race? What do you drive? What kind of fun stuff do you do? We are about to go into the second race of the night. Oh, you're one of our drivers. Who are you?
GT7? Oh, Gran Turismo, right. Oh, I thought it was like GT7.
Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, you're just saying that last lap was strong. Yeah, absolutely fantastic job by Warden, but Koj looking to try and best that here. I don't think
Nope.
got it.
No,
No, unfortunately. But great improvement. Koji was like mid-pack at the start of the last race, so yeah, it looks like Emmerich improvement for Emmerich. Shane Sullivan looking pretty good. I think going from 5 to 4. Koj up into P3, Matroni P2, Warden still king of the Silverstone Hill.
Again, you say you're technically how is it technically you're either Canadian or you're not? So like information is like context stuff is required. Hopefully I don't cook my tires again by drifting. Yeah, I hope so as well, Boswell. You need to not do that. Oh, he's Mach speed. Oh, I'm sad he isn't racing. Him and Max Power would be the greatest. I'm technically, if he says I'm technically Canadian one more time, I'm gonna ban him.
Well, while we
do that, but
while we technically wait to understand what that means. Sam Warden again in P1 doing a fantastic job on the very, very last lap and last opportunity he had. I'm sure that was quite the heart-pounding experience for Warden trying to get that fast lap there. Dalmatroni settling in P2, but giving Sam quite something to think about in the previous race, and I'm sure we'll follow up again in this one. Sir Koj in P3 and the lovely, voluptuous Mercedes in the Chill Bible Racing AMG, followed by Shane Sullivan in the BMW 617 Racing. Love that blue, representing a fantastic color scheme, followed by another blue and white here of Emmerich Wormstrand in P5. Dr. Porkchop settling in P6. Another technical Canadian out there flying the Canadian flag there. Jared Warren in P7 of Racer Motors here, doing a fantastic job, and a gaggle of Mercedes cars. And the last of the group, Omar Perez in P8 in the Zalcotl Motorsports. I have to ask him what the correct pronunciation of that is. Wade Georgeson, the Australian driver, here in P9. Rally Dutchy closing off the top 10.
And then you have Spectre again, P11 to P11, so not much change. Finds himself again, like I said, 11th in the number 24 Mercedes. Again, the last Mercedes to qualify out of this grid. Then you have another McLaren of the 411, that is Stephen Rollins in the PGR. I'm so close to calling him Seth Rollins every time. Then you have the number 22 BMW of Henry Boswell, hoping to not cook his tires. And then you have in P14 the wonderful keyboard warrior of Hezzy Thomas in that number 59 Dog Box Racing. Hopefully the keyboard will lead him to possibly a top 10 finish. And then you have the KTM of Kanoko, who's trying to still get his feet under him so that way he can find a little bit more pace. And then you have the Alpine of Vindel, who's taking a pit lane start. Yes, the livery did not, again, Eric downloaded the liveries. If the liveries aren't here, then it's definitely on, or it most likely will be on your guys' end.
Yeah, and I told Hezzy we can help solve that problem after the race today.
Okay, so if, Sullivan, what if he just plays for the Habs Morgan, then he's technically, no. He's an American playing on a Canadian team. That would not make him technically Canadian. He's an American. If he was born in Canada but lives in Idaho, he's still a Canadian. Does that make him technically American?
I mean, I'm kind of on Sullivan's side, to be honest with you. That would technically make him a Canadian. You know what's hilarious about this, Tyler? One, it's hilarious that you're so bothered by it. I find it quite amusing. And I also had this thought about this joke where anytime someone asked if Lisa, my wife, was my wife, I'd go, well, yes, technically.
Oh my God. What do you mean technically? She's either your wife or she's not. When it comes to citizenship, there is no technicality. It's either your ex or you're not. Like,
hold on, Mr. Morgan. There's a lot of technicalities in being a citizen, actually. As a naturalized Canadian, I can tell you that for a fact.
Well, there's dual citizenship, obviously. That's a thing. I understand that. But, like, dual citizen, then you're just a dual citizen. You're not technically American. You're not technically Canadian. You're a dual citizen. There's no Jesus Christ.
Well, Tyler, I don't know if you know this, but you're technically a human being.
Oh my God. I'm about to send my microphone into space. Elon Musk is about to call me to send things into orbit.
Yeah, that could technically be a problem.
The danger level just keeps rising. Yes, the danger level just keeps rising.
So folks, this is the perfect opportunity. I hope this, if I remember correctly, I think I put this in there. Please work. Dang it. Okay, I'm gonna do it manually. So if you love this opportunity of just annoying the living daylights out of Tyler Morgan, it is his birthday exactly a week today, and it does line up with a break week in our GT4 rookie series. So what are we doing? We are technically hosting an event, and it is going to be technically on his birthday, and it's technically open for anybody to register in any car class possible, and we're going to try and break his brain absolutely with a large grid Suzuka, trying to fill as many cars as possible to try and get him as frustrated as possible and have a blast for his birthday. So technically, I believe it's going to be a good time. Sign up, be there or be square.
I'm so angry right now. My knuckles are white with frustration. I want to punch my desk with the amount of force that it would take to break the mood. But, oh my God, this is going to be a running... If someone makes a technically livery, I'm going to snap on stream. Like, if someone makes a technically livery either for my birthday or next week, have a shot every time he says technically.
Well,
You're dead from alcohol poisoning. But it doesn't matter because we are factually getting ready for the race start, Eric.
Technically, we are about to start this race. We do have the McLarens locking out the grid up front, and technically it's going to be an absolutely fantastic race and fantastic battle between the two McLarens here up front, having the amazing speed top end. It looks like Sam Warden does get the jump. Looks like Kojay is falling a bit behind. Shane Sullivan looking on the inside of Matroni. Sullivan does manage to get his nose ahead, but now we'll be on the outside of the first curve coming up. Sullivan now fully ahead. What a fantastic start by Shane Sullivan. The BMW getting up into P2. Phenomenal job.
What a beautiful job by Sullivan there to go from fourth to now second, getting ahead of Kojay and Matroni. So far this time it seems like everyone is going to survive, when the last time there were yellow flags strewn about, and this beautiful angle of all the cars driving on by. You're gonna have some side-by-side battles, but right now it's currently Sullivan in second. Warden is ahead. Then you're gonna have Wormstrand also fighting Matroni out of hand. Here is Wormstrand gonna go up the inside. Noizai is gonna elect to stand behind Dom Matroni. Matroni realizing now that he is not in first place. He's not even in second. He's now in third. He's going to have to do a fair bit of work here. Not only does he have to deal with a BMW behind, he's got to deal with a BMW in front. I swear to God, if I see someone say technically in the chat one more time, I'm gonna lose my mind. So, is Matroni gonna think about a move here up the inside? He doesn't. Wormstrand having to take a little bit of an evasive action. It starts with a C. The Concordia, or as I like to call it, the being effect, is gonna happen there when, you know, 2 or more cars get into a kind of area where the braking zone just squishes and squishes and squishes more. But alas, Matroni might think about an inside move. He thinks about it. He's gonna lick the stamp and send it up the inside. And that is an overtaking opportunity, and Wormstrand also sees the opportunity and takes it as well. And he is gonna get past him more than the 2 BMWs are gonna go side by side, heading now down the start-finish straight. So far, as we stay on Matroni, hopefully the camera angle will show us who's gotten ahead, and it looks like it's gonna be Wormstrand ahead, but Shane Sullivan's gonna go up the inside now. Wormstrand and the BMWs are gonna battle like their lives depend on it. Shane Sullivan is going to go ahead into the S's.
That is quite the phenomenal battling happening. Sullivan still ahead of Wormstrand here. BMW on BMW action, and you know who's gonna love all of this action is Sam Warden up ahead. Warden now has a bit of breathing room, but we know Matroni has managed to close that up before. He has 17 minutes and 4 seconds to do so, and that's quite a bit of time. And as we look at the lovely view of all the battles going on here, but more so Wormstrand and Sullivan still going back and forth.
Definitely, maybe Sullivan thinks about a move here. He's definitely looking, force Wormstrand to make a move, maybe take him off the ideal line, force him to make a mistake. But so far, no mistakes made yet from the top 4. Only movements that change the position. Wormstrand looking, trying to make sure that Sullivan stays behind him. Dr. Porkchop, Perez, Dutchy, Boswell, Rollins, Spectre are all behind. Koj started 3rd. He's now down all the way in P11. The fall from grace for one of the Mercedes is quite hard. No, only one Mercedes inside the top 5, and that definitely is probably going to hurt Eric's heart.
Nothing hurts Eric's heart. Heart of gold and solid steel mixed together. But Rally Dutchy here challenging in the Ginetta. The lovely, powerful Mercedes up ahead.
Inside move, Rally Dutchy. Nope. Defended well by Perez. Perez taking a look. Taking a look behind him in his mirrors. Rally Dutchy in the Ginetta is a lot more agile than that fat, voluptuous Mercedes. Down the inside goes Rally Dutchy. Perez goes a little bit wide. They're going to go side by side. Rally Dutchy has the advantage going into the inside corner of the start-finish straight. Rally Dutchy will take the lead. Take the lead ahead of him. P6 for Dutchy, Perez, P7. Perez maybe thinking about an inside move, does not elect to take it. Will elect to go round the outside. So there's a yellow flag, and I do believe that is Koj. The P3 now falls into the pit lane. That is unfortunate for him. Vindel never took that, never got out of the pits. He's just been staying in it the entire time. And Perez thinking maybe if I can get just enough of a good rundown on Rally Dutchy, I can get ahead of him going down now the Wellington Straight. Can their move be made? Can Perez think about a move? Can he maybe force Dutchy into an error? Nope, he's going to elect to stay right behind him for now. Try and get that wonderful slipstream, both of them nearly going wide. Dutchy taking a little bit more of a wider angle. Perez thinking about a move here. Perez side here, elects to sniff it. They don't make contact. They almost do side by side, but Dutchy keeps a hold of the position. Perez thinking about the inside now. They're going to go side by side. Dutchy goes wide, almost comes back and hits Perez back onto the track, but Perez, because of Dutchy going wide, Perez forcing his nose up the inside, forcing Dutchy to just take a little bit more room on the outside. Will take that position now. Dutchy, though, can fight this back. He's just got to stay close enough into the corners. A little bit of an early break by Perez allows Dutchy to think about this inside. Perez sees him there, elects to go out wide. Dutchy continuing this pursuit now down the hangar straight.
Well, that was technically a fantastic battle, and for those of you who are still paying attention, exclamation point technically in chat, we may have added a command there for you guys.
Oh no, what have you done, Eric? What have you done? No!
Yeah, we're doing it. We're making this a thing.
No, we're not. This is worse than the oh my god. No! No! This is worse than the curse. This is legitimately worse than the curse. There is no technically worse than the curse. Oh my god, this is gonna be pain. This is my birthday chat is gonna be full of technicalies, and it's oh my god. I hate this. I hate this more than being pit maneuvered on the first lap in rookies.
Anybody says
whether it's an ACC or whether it's an iRacing, this is pain.
And anybody that says technically in chat or technically it's the commentators, you guys are obliged to exclamation point technically it up, please.
Oh Jesus!
Chat has a new responsibility.
Rally Dutchy goes incredibly wide, losing out the position to Perez, but thankfully Boswell is nowhere close to take advantage of that. So Dutchy will just kind of be in no man's land. Oh my. I'm not reading chat anymore. I can't look at the chat anymore. Dom Matroni is in a land of his own. He is 3 seconds away from Warden and 4 seconds ahead of Wormstrand. The keyboard warrior, Hezzy Thomas, now in a oh, that's a car that's gone off. Got to be careful of the rejoin there.
Who's that? Warren. What are you doing, Warren? Is that Warren?
No, that's not Warren.
That's Spectre.
Spectre's, I don't know what's happened to Spectre there.
Well, we're about to have a look.
No, that's not Spectre.
I mean, that is Spectre.
Spectre's all the No, but that is Spectre, but that couldn't have been Spectre, because, like, he's all the way over here. Hezzy and them were up there.
Oh. I don't know. Boswell on the outside.
That might have been Rollins. Oh my god, what a move! What a move by Rally Dutchy. Keeping that P7, Boswell's just sniffing that Janetta right. Thinking, what can I do? The Janetta honestly sounds like a meat. If I'm gonna be genuinely honest, it sounds like a meat. Oh my god, look at Boswell gain on the Janetta. Holy, the drift by Boswell. He did say he didn't want to wreck his tires, but he is effectively doing so quite well with all the drifting that he's doing. I haven't seen drifting like this since Rally Dutchy's pedals gave out. And like, what track was that? Kielami. So he's gonna have to catch the Janetta in the straights. In the corners, the Janetta's strong, so he'll have to use the straight line power of that BMW. And with that being said, Eric, I will leave you to the chat because I must go away from Mike for about 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, sure thing. I'm still trying to find that yellow flag. I know you say it's Rollins being number 441. Let's see if we can look at the replay here and catch that. Oh, nope. Bit too much grass, and then the snap, and then a bigger snap, and then all the way into the lawn mowing portion of the track. Bit of a bump at that to boot. Atroni chopping the 6 seconds down into 4. Really doing a fantastic job closing down Warden, but gosh, only 9 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the race. Is that going to be enough to get it done? Boss lady, hello. Are the children's asleep? As we watch some fantastic racing on the grid here. Pork Chop, closest car on track to the likes of Shane Sullivan, just up ahead. 1.8 second difference between the two. the childrens are gonna get a bit of talking to in 8 minutes and 34 seconds. Pork Chop trying to chase down Shane Sullivan, but seems to have made a mistake somewhere. Drops back. Shane drives off a bit. Spectre, though, chasing down Boswell. Boswell all the way up into 8th. Which one, boss? Who's messing around?
All right, I'm back if you need to leave for a little bit.
No.
Okay.
We're just getting reports of children's misbehaving in the household.
Wonderful.
They're technically supposed to be asleep right now.
Why is this a thing? Why is this created?
Someone hit me with that exclamation point.
I'm gonna have to deal with this now all freaking week from everybody in this chat. Not even from everybody in this chat, especially from people who are in DRL that also watch this stream. Next time I stream, you get the kids to sleep. Well, the good news is next time that won't be a thing because Kusha will be here.
Yeah, we got 2 more streams to go before Kusha's back. We've been having what an amazing trip.
Oh yeah, he sent me footage of his time at Nürburgring.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, 250. We got a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 1-year-old. Only.
So wait, who's the golden?
They're all golden.
Okay, fair enough. My vocab is getting better. The eldest, she's... At least she'll answer the question. At least she's on it.
I don't know what she's saying. I love all my children equally. Boswell here chasing down the likes of Spectre, getting closer and closer.
This is worse than the chicane argument. At least the chicane argument was fun. This is not fun.
Let me see if I can say this all in one word. Fidelpong Lomelun. Thank you so much for the follow. Do you sim race as well? If
Drive
so,
2, what you've done is created a paradox. A paradox in which we cannot recover from.
wow.
This is worse than taking the time stone. This is worse than taking the Infinity Stones and like creating new timelines. This is worse than the multiverse. Like, try again. He says not quite there.
Fidelpong Lomelun. I think I said Fidelpong Lomelun.
You're doing better than I ever would. So I'll give you that. That's another yellow flag. That is car number 9. That is Kanoko, who is yellow flagged, and the maggots and Beckett's waiting for the leaders to pass on by, and off he continually goes. So far, there's not really a lot of close battles. The only close battle is Boswell and Spectre at the moment. So that's why we are. He says it's in 2 words though.
Yep, Fidelpong Lomelun.
Again, how you're able to say those words is incredible, because like I could not. That's bold. would not have said that in chat, but that's bold. Rally Dutchy is now going to find himself close to Perez. Again, I don't think it's close enough that it'll warrant a thing. He's a little too far back with only 3 minutes left to go in this race. So we'll get to hear, if they want to, we'll get to hear from Sam Ward. And then the podium sitters from the P3 from the first race and the second race. I've done too many things. What do I have to lose? A lot. I'm just trying not to focus on what Eric has created. Eric is the mastermind in all of this.
I mean, technically, I've been a mastermind for quite some time.
Oh my god. I'm nah. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, Rally Dutchy though, trying to chase things down. Norwegian. We have friends in Norway. It's awesome.
See, even Miss TRACKILICIOUS is going up.
Oh, she's been frustrated with me for many years.
What beautiful weather today.
How about that their local sports team? Rally Dutchy though, chasing down for a position.
To be exact.
Has it been a decade? Oh my goodness.
As long as you don't miss an anniversary, you're fine. As long as you don't miss an anniversary.
No.
I am single, so I do not have to worry about anniversaries or paying for dinners or getting jewelry or anything else like that.
Well, are you single?
Yes.
Technically. Rally Dutchy's getting really close to Omar Perez though. As we focus back on the racing, Rally Dutchy right there trying to get back P6.
Rally Dutchy, okay, I could be an auctioneer, here you go. All right, Rally Dutchy, come think about maybe about going up the inside of Perez. He's looking for a move, he's looking for any opportunity to get by Perez. Rally Dutchy maybe thinking about this inside move. This would be the opportunity to do it. He's electing to not. He's elected to wait. He's electing to get behind Perez. The 621 of Rally Dutchy behind the number 25 of Perez. Perez trying not to look at his mirrors, trying not to think about the fact that Rally Dutchy is within striking distance. One mistake from Perez can get Rally Dutchy this coveted P6. But so far, Perez is holding on. He's holding on just fine. He elects to go a little bit to the outside, take some grass. Rally Dutchy's going to think about a move maybe here. Does not, and they make contact! Rally Dutchy did more of a drift there, but the drift's then onto the grass. That's going to allow Spectre the opportunity to get into this fight. He will overtake Rally Dutchy. Rally Dutchy could not get the brakes applied enough in time. The leader on the final lap of Sam Morton, Dom Matroni, following close behind. Spectre now fighting Perez for that P6 opportunity. This should have been Dutchy, but Dutchy could not get onto the brakes in enough time. Spectre looking for that moment, looking for the mistake. The 24 is ahead of 25 normally in a numerical count, but it won't matter here as Spectre gets a little bit of a drift. That car is shaking, that voluptuous Mercedes. It's a Mercedes 467. Rally Dutchy is trying to ruin that moment. I'm staying single because I like my money. Yup, I do as well. Spectre would also like some money. He would like some money to maybe overtake Perez here, but sadly, throwing money at things does not solve the problems. It does not help an overtake. It all comes down to the driver. It all comes down to what they can handle. Kanoko finding himself in a position that he probably doesn't want to be in, probably doesn't want to be involved in all this traffic, as he is giving a tow to 3 drivers in the process of this. As he gets out of the way of all 3 of those drivers, puts himself onto the grass. He's got to be careful coming on the inside there. Spins himself out, goes onto the grass.
Oh my goodness, that was
Rally
sketchy.
Dutchy coming onto the scene. It's going to be 3 cars. Defense by Perez. Dutchy with a tap onto Spectres. This is the final lap of the race. Warren will take P1. Matroni will take P2. That's just a given. Wormstrand will take 3rd. Sullivan 4th. Porkchop 5th. It all comes down to this. Warren will take a drive-through. What is with drive-throughs getting on the friggin' final lap for these drivers? Dutchy goes wide, takes a little bit of a cutting of the grass. Perez looking to just hold on. Dutchy going as late on the brakes as he can safely. Sam Warren will take P1. Does not matter. Matroni will take P2. Doesn't matter. As they tap again, Dutchy making contact with another driver. I think maybe Spectre spun a little bit, and then Dutchy just kind of came on the scene. We didn't really get to see it fully because we panned away. This is going to allow Perez to most likely take P6, barring an absolute failure of an opportunity to get it by the final few corners. Dutchy having a lot of damage now on his front end. Probably can't catch up now. As, like I said, Warden 1, Matroni P2, Wormstrand P3, Sullivan P4, Porkchop P5, Perez will finish P6, Spectre 7, Dutchy sadly 8th, Boswell couldn't get onto the scene quick enough, will finish P9 after all is said and done. Warden will finish probably closer to P maybe 12. Is he out of fuel or is he just going slow? I have no clue. We'll find out.
He's already
later.
crossed the finish line, so
will find himself P10 after Warden serves his 30-second time penalty.
Wade Georgeson, P9.
No, it's P10. Someone left.
Oh, okay.
And then Hevsey Thomas will finish 11. Rollins 12. Vindal never started. Oh, never mind. Rollins got ahead of Hezzy Thomas. The keyboard warrior losing a spot. Yep, again, why I don't like it. It's a very... I'm not saying that word now. I can't say that word now. I refuse to say it. It's a unforgiving track. That's what I'll say. It is an unforgiving track.
Just say it. Say it. You know you want to say it. Just say it.
No, I'm not saying it now. I refuse to.
Say it.
I refuse to say it.
Say it.
I'm not
just say it.
I refuse.
Just say it.
I am taking a stand against this tyranny.
Just say it. You know you want to. Just say it.
Come on. I'm legitimately not. I would rather throw this microphone into the sun than say it.
Come on, you know you want to. You just want to.
As your team manager, I do not listen to you, Sullivan.
Say it. Look, even the boss lady is asking you to say it. Come on, do it for the chat. Do it for the chat.
No.
Yeah, they want it so bad. You know everybody wants it so bad.
They'll get to hear me say it on my birthday. I'll give it to them then. That incentivizes them to tune in for the birthday stream. That's when I'll say it. I won't say it a second before and I won't say it a second after.
We are looking for our
Tomorrow is Canada Day. You should do it for your country. Sailor Hero Week.
From Doc Milwee. The legend himself is asking for everybody wants it. Just do it.
You know what? Give me the cheese man. If the cheese man tells me to say it, I'll.
Don't make me call the cheese man.
If you can get provolone in this chat, I'll say it.
Don't make us call in. Don't make us call in the cheese man, Sam. What a fantastic drive. Absolutely phenomenal. Let's start with the pressure you had through race 1. How was that?
Oh, man. Yeah. Matroni was so fast. He was right on me the entire race. It was super tough. I thought he was going to have me a couple times, but he was super clean. So that was a lot of fun. It was good racing.
But you know what? For us, that was quite exciting to watch. But tell us about your final lap in quali too. That was epic.
Oh yeah, so I thought I had more in it. I had a much faster time the first quali session. It was a little colder though. I think the temps have a lot to do with that. So I had a different setup on the car, and then I just I took all the aero out of it, put it on the ground, and changed the pressures a little bit, and took a little bit out of I took the bars out of the front and back, and then sent it, and yeah, it did okay. So that worked.
Dom, come on in the green room. We'll pull you in. We want to have a conversation with you as well. And whoever was P3 would love to talk to you. Sam, again, fantastic job. Looks like you're racking up a great number of points here for the championship and looking strong. The only thing left for you to do is come to one of our track days, Sam. We miss you. It's been a while.
I know. I got to get some time off work and make a weekend free. But yeah, absolutely. That's going to happen.
I don't know if you saw, we added Grattan to the schedule July 19th and 20th. Super fun.
I've never done Grattan. I would love to. Yeah.
It is exciting. Well, for those who don't know, Sam Warden, one of our track patrons, comes and drives his Elantra N, I believe. If I know it's a N, and it is an Elantra, right?
Yeah, Elantra N.
Yeah. Awesome. I think I got a ride in it, if I remember correctly as well. It was pretty fun. Yeah, really, really fun. Thanks, Sam. Fantastic job here at the sim racing side of things. And I'll see if we can get anyone else. And if not, Tyler, last couple of words before we hop off here.
Apparently, Emmerich will speak according to the chat. I just added him to go into the. So Oh, there's Warden, so we'll pull Warden in. You can ask him a few questions. Keep it on the green room otherwise.
Jared, hello.
Hello.
Yes, we can. Gotta up your volume a little bit. Hopefully everybody in everybody else can hear you as well. So Jared, I think you came in P3 in race 1, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. How was your race? Tell us a little bit. I think you had a bit of a quiet week this week. Not a lot of action for you.
Yeah, in race 1, that was pretty quiet. I just kind of just kept myself clean and consistent. And then race 2 kind of went pretty wrong. But other than that, it was a good weekend.
Well, awesome. Congratulations on the P3 there. Is that your first podium or have you podiumed before? I apologize. I'm not super familiar with all of our new rookie drivers here.
Yeah, this is my first podium. I was close last week with, I forget who it was last week, but it was on the line last week. So, but yeah, it was a good race today. Unfortunate about race 2, but yeah.
Well, that's still a phenomenal achievement. First podium ever. Super exciting, and congratulations to you. And we have Emmerich Wormstrand. Emmerich, you got to correct our pronunciation because we got given an almost every time we tried to pronounce your name.
Emmerich Wormstrand.
Wormstrand?
That's Norwegian name.
And it's Emmerich?
No, Emmerich.
Emmerich Wormstrand.
Yes.
Okay.
That works.
Gosh, we're gonna keep trying, Emmerich. It's awesome. Love to have some Norwegian blood in the races here. Tell us how your races went.
It went really well. In the race 1, I had a quali ban from last race and started P14, I think, and climbed my way up to P5.
Yeah, that was a really good job. And then I think in the second race, P3.
Yes, I qualified P5, I think, and got a jump on P3 on the start, and kind of held my position through there.
Fantastic. Emmerich, I love languages, so why don't you teach us a little something. Teach us how to say hello, or what's your name in Norwegian?
Just Emmerich Wormstrand.
No, but how do you say it in Norwegian? How do you ask what is your name in Norwegian?
Oh, wow. Hva navnet ditt?
A little bit slower.
Hva navnet ditt?
Hva navnet ditt?
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, Krusty, I was just about to raid you. Are you still going to be on for a little bit? Well, thank you, Emric. Welcome. Amazing job on the podium there, and yeah, congratulations to everybody. We're gonna try and find somebody to raid here. Looks like Coco. I'm literally watching Krusty here as he's watching us both try to raid each other. I have him muted though, so I guess we're gonna have to find someone else there. Krusty, see what we're gonna do here. All right. How about this? How about we team raid Boris Angel here? I'm going to send this to you here. How about this, Krusty? This is a good dude. Does some awesome iRacing. Here we go. Try this guy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Yeah, fantastic races today. And I mean, I technically had a lot of fun. And was looking for more racing soon to come. Hopefully we'll be back on Wednesday. Tyler?
I will see you all next week. Have a good night, everyone.
Good thing for you, Tyler, is that we're unlikely to stream anytime soon ever again. So you'll get rid of my shenanigans here.
No one tell Kuja a word about this. Anyone in the chat or in this Discord says a word to Kuja about what's happened, I will personally look for you.
All right. Death threats from our co-commentator here, Tyler, doing a fantastic job. And everybody, thank you so much again. We are going to go raid Boris Angel, an iRacing driver, as we had a lot of iRacing speak earlier. Emric, congratulations. Jared, congratulations. Sam, double win, congratulations. And from me, from Tyler, from everybody here at TRACKILICIOUS, thank you so much for tuning in. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Until next time. See ya.